on BBC Radio Ulster.
Now, you're listening to the Saturday Magazine. Has anybody ever said to you, do you know what, you look really like such and such a person? I suppose it depends on who it is, but it's an interesting thought that seemingly there are 7 people in the world who look just like you. And that's an idea that's been exploited by the Montreal-based photographer Francois Brunel, who's looking for 200 lookalikes to get their photos taken with their doppelganger. And I'm delighted to say Francois joins me live this morning from Montreal. Good morning, Francois.
Yeah, good morning.
You've actually been listening to the program. You found us on Google Earth as well. You've been busy this morning.
Yes, and I see the Ormeau Avenue is very nice with the sun on the picture. It's very nice.
It actually is this morning. It's beautiful blue sky. How's Montreal looking this morning?
It's night time here, and it's very rainy. Very rainy. It's too bad.
Oh dear. Well, Francois, we get through that. We cope with the rain on an almost daily basis, so it's.
I heard
it could be worse. Could be worse. So you're looking for people who look like people, but not necessarily. You're not looking for people who look like famous people.
Well, no, but most of the people I get look like famous people. Like we had an article in the Guardian that you read this week, and we got 4 people who registered. One looked like Ian Waite, a dancer, and a guy from London who looks like Ian Waite. Another guy from Scotland, he looks like Patrick Kilty.
Patrick Kilty, he's from here.
Yeah, I know.
He's a comedian from here.
Like him. He's from Scotland. And then there's a lady in Belfast, so that's in your place.
Uh-huh.
And she says she looks like Duchess Sarah Ferguson.
No way.
And another one, he looks like from London. He looks like Christopher Reeves.
Wow. Well, this is difficult for you, because if you're going to get these people together, then you have to contact Sarah Ferguson's office and Patrick Kilty. It's different doing this with a celebrity than it is doing it with 2 ordinary people.
Yes, and the other one is to resuscitate Christopher Reeves. That will be the most difficult part.
Well, that's true.
Well, maybe less difficult than some others, by the way.
So you've already had a bit of response, and you have some people. This all started when you discovered that you always thought you looked like James Dean.
Yeah, I thought so, and until I was told I looked like a certain Mr. Bean that I didn't know about until I saw him on television, and I recognized myself, and then I saw that it was this character played by great actor Atkinson.
Rowan Atkinson.
And so, by the way, I forgot to tell you the other day, I tried to get myself photographed with Mr. Atkinson. I even went to his office in London last year, but after talking to his agent and leaving lots of photos and things like that, I was turned down because, believe it or not, Mr. Atkinson is camera shy, so he had to turn down my offer to be photographed with him.
That's a bit unfortunate, given that he's got a career in television.
It is because
unusual.
I like him very much.
But it's a bit of a fall from James Dean, screen movie icon, to Mr. Bean.
Well, it was a kind of a fall for me, for my ego at least. But the fact is that it gave me this idea of bringing together people that look really the same, that are lookalikes, or doppelganger, as you call them in Belfast. And so I started in Montreal, and I photographed at least 140 a couple of them. And I'm still looking for more, and I would like to get some in the UK and especially in Ireland. So if your listeners are listening and they know somebody who looks like themselves, or maybe their wife or their spouse looks like somebody else, please just go to the website, which is the main tool to reach you. It's and the address is youlookalike.com. So it's very easy to go youlookalike.com, and you get all the information on how to register. It's very simple, and whatever the likeliness, please, I need your help.
And the idea is that you would come over and eventually photograph these people together.
Oh yes, that's the idea. Once I get people wherever in the world, I just go there and I arrange a studio shoot, and it's very simple. I just bring the 2 people together on a plain background, but the actual thing is that those people meet for the picture, and that's what's interesting, because they kind of react one to the other, and it's quite amazing and sometimes quite touching, because some people may exchange ideas or experiences about their life, and some people have the same experience because of their appearances. So That's quite interesting for me. It is. I'm an artist, so I'm just going crazy on that subject.
Absolutely. Tell me about the two girls, the girl from Toronto and the girl from Hamilton in Canada, who happened to come together.
Yeah, so these two girls were born the same day and at a 1 hour difference, one in Toronto and the other one in Hamilton. It's about roughly an hour difference. And then they've grown up, and the father of one is German and the father of the other one is from India. And both mothers are English Canadian. So they met finally when they lived in Montreal, because they were told by neighbors that they would look like some other girl in the neighborhood, and someday they just went face to face on the street, and they kind of said, "Oh, maybe you must be that other girl that looks like me," and the other girl said the same thing. "Ah, you must be that other girl that looks like me, so that's fine." And you look like me, and you look like me, and so what do you do? Well, I'm studying dance, and so what do you do? I'm studying dance too. Oh, that's a coincidence. And oh, by the way, you have a tattoo on your belly. I have a tattoo on my back, and then where did you get your tattoo made? At this place? Me too, the same place exactly. So where do you live? I just live here. But, well, that can be. I live here. Oh no, that's not that door. Just the door besides that. So they happen to live side by side on the same street.
So they both studied dance, both had tattoos, both born on the same day, an hour apart, in completely different cities. Both lived nearby each other in Montreal, and you've photographed them now for your project.
Yes. It's a very good picture of them, and the tattoo of one is on the front side of the lady, and the other tattoo is on the back. It's both tattoos are written in Chinese, and what the tattoos mean is it includes the word love. So it's spooky.
Brilliant, and it's important. We should say finally that it's important that you're not related. This isn't for two cousins who happen to look like each other.
No, that's it. That's it. People are not related, and they don't have to be famous. If they are famous, well, I can cope with that. But I'm not looking after famous people. I'm not against them whatsoever. But I'm not after them. I'm just after regular people. And for me, even famous people are regular people. Behind their image and behind all the rest, I mean, we're all human beings. So.
And what does it tell us about ourselves, Francois?
Sorry?
What does this tell us about ourselves when you put two people in a room who look alike,
well,
who have no other connection?
I had this experience because I was told I would look like some actor here in Montreal, and so we arranged for a meeting. But I never saw the guy before he showed up. So. The night before the shooting, I didn't sleep well. In the morning of the shooting, I didn't want to go to work, and I just felt I was not well. And then I was in my studio waiting for that person that looked supposedly like me, but I never saw. So I was waiting for him to ring on the door, and then I was kind of nervous. So finally the door rang, and I just jumped on my chair, and I opened the door, and I for some reason I expected the guy to be very. Not a good nature for some reason, but I just discovered a few minutes later because I started to talk to that actor, and then after 5 minutes I says, "My God, you look such a nice person," and he says, "Well, you're a nice person too. So what's the big surprise?" I say, "Oh, that's true. I thought you would not be a nice person because you look like me." Because I think I consider myself until that day like not a nice person at the end,
Well, listen.
For some reason. But when I saw him, I said, "Oh, if I do look like him," and I thought I would look like him, I said, "Maybe I'm a nice person at the end." So it really changed the day I had this photograph taken of this man and myself. It really changed my
view of yourself.
Attitude, I just thought I'm a cool guy now, just because of that.
Well, Francois, we wish you the very best of luck with the project. We hope if there are people listening who have been told before that you look like so-and-so from down the road or whatever, you can contact us here at the programme on the Saturday Magazine, or you can go to youlookalike.com and register there, and who knows, maybe Francois, if you do come over, give us a shout if you're coming over here to take a photograph of a few people, if you get a few lined up. But in the meantime, thanks for taking the time to talk to us today. That's
Thanks
Francois.
you, John. That's great.
All the best. That's Francois Brunel talking to us live from Montreal in Canada. It's now, 8 minutes to 11 o'clock on Saturday Magazine. Stuart Bailey joins us. You're very welcome.
Hello.
The Ordinary Boys.
Oh, yes.
Celebrity Big Brother. Everybody saw it. And the last person into the house is Preston from The Ordinary Boys. And everybody went, who? From
Hello.
Who?